Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Good
wabarakatuh.
afternoon, everyone.
Good.
So, me as the affirmative team, I strongly support the first argument. The first argument has explained that learning is not only about getting the right answer, but also about thinking, making mistakes, and learning from the process. Building on the argument, I would like to explain how relying too much on AI can make students dependent on technology. So my main argument is that using AI too much can make students less independent in learning. Learning requires students to think, ask questions, and solve problems by themselves. Through this process, they gain knowledge and become more confident in their abilities. However, when students depend too much on AI, they may get used to receiving instant answer instead of trying to find solutions on their own. Learning is not always easy. Sometimes students have to face difficult topics before they can understand them. Even though this can be frustrating, it teaches them to be patient, keep trying, and believe in themselves. These important skills cannot be learned by simply getting instant answers. So, for example, when students are given a difficult assignment, some might immediately ask AI for the answer instead of trying to understand the problem first. While this can save time, it gives students fewer opportunities to practice important skills such as research, problem solving, and independent thinking. As a result, students may focus only on completing the task rather than truly understanding the topic. They may be able to submit the assignment, but they might struggle to explain the ideas in their own words later. This shows that getting the correct answer is not always the same as actually learning. And some people may argue that AI makes learning easier and faster. Well, AI can be helpful too, but education is not only about finding answers quickly. The real purpose of learning is to help students understand what they learn, think for themselves, and solve problems on their own. Furthermore, learning independently is an important skill for the future. In university, at work, and in everyday life, people often need to make decisions and solve problems by themselves. These skills can only improve through practice and experience. Therefore, I believe that AI should support learning and not to replace it. Students can use AI to help them learn, but they should still take an active role in the learning process. In conclusion, our team supports the motion because education is about more than getting answers. It is about helping students become independent, capable, and confident learners. For these reasons, AI should be used wisely and should never replace the learning process itself. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would like to discuss the importance of waste management and sustainable living. Waste has become one of the biggest environmental problems in the world. Every day, people produce large amounts of waste, especially plastic waste. Unfortunately, much of this waste is not managed properly and ends up polluting rivers, oceans, and the environment. Today, I would like to present the opposition side regarding the use of artificial intelligence in education. Many people believe that AI has a negative impact on students because it reduces critical thinking, creativity, and independence. However, I respectfully disagree. First, AI is a tool that can help students learn more effectively. It provides quick access to information, explanation, and learning results. Instead of spending hours searching for information, students can focus on understanding and analyzing what they learn. Second, AI does not necessarily weaken critical thinking. Students can use AI to compare different perspectives, explore new ideas, and gain a deeper understanding of the topic. responsibility to evaluate information and make conclusions still belongs to the student. Third, AI can support creativity. Many students use AI to brainstorm ideas for essays, presentations, and projects. AI provides suggestions, but students still decide how to develop those ideas into their own work. Therefore, creativity is not replaced but support. Furthermore, AI makes education more accessible. Not all students have access to tutors or additional learning resources. AI can provide assistance anytime and anywhere. Students can ask questions, receive explanations, and learn at their own pace. Our opponents argue that students may become dependent on AI. However, dependency is not caused by AI itself, but by how people use it. The same concern was once raised about calculators and the internet. Yet today, both are considered valuable educational tools. Technology is becoming an important part of modern life. In the future, many jobs will require people to work with AI and other advanced technologies. By learning how to use AI responsibly, students can develop important digital skills that will help them succeed in their future careers. Instead of fearing AI, schools should teach students how to use it wisely and ethically. AI should be seen as a learning partner, not as a threat. In conclusion, AI is not harmful to education when used responsibly. It improves access to knowledge, supports creativity, encourages learning, and prepares students for the future. Therefore, I oppose the claim that AI has a negative impact on student learning process. Thank you.
Okay, 3 minutes 2 seconds.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Here I am as the second speaker is totally support the first argument because look, real learning isn't about getting a perfect score on the first try. It's about the whole messy process of failing, getting first step, and trying again. Think about it. AI can spit out flawless answers instantly without sweating or caring. But as humans, we actually need that emotional roller coaster of failing and finally getting that aha moment of real critical thinking and resilience. For example, when you're grinding for a brutal exam or trying to master a hard skill and AI doesn't panic or feel proud when it solves a problem. But when a student struggles, fails a mock test, tweaks their strategy, and finally pass that breakthrough is that greatest real personal growth. So honestly, we can't just measure education by flawless result because the real value is completely in the human journey of overcoming the struggle. Thank you.
Okay, so he spent 1 minute 34 seconds.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
I am agree about the argument on the letter test. The human learning process is fundamentally superior to AI because it incorporates emotion, depth, and character building. True learning involves making mistakes, frustration, and eventually triumph, which are unique human experiences that AI cannot replicate. Unlike AI, which operates without fatigue or emotion, humans smile when they finally understand a complex concept, making the learning process deeply meaningful. And the conclusion, therefore, we must prioritize human-centric learning to ensure our growth remains authentic. I think enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Good
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
afternoon, everyone. So I want Fathan Mansur. You can call me Fathan. I want to explain about the positive argument for the motion. So I strongly agree with this statement because learning is not only about feeding the correct answer. It is process that helps people grow when humans learn. The face challenge makes mistake and work hard to improve. This experience teach important flaws such as passion, preference, and critical thinking. Unlike AI, humans experience emotions during learning. Students might feel frustrated when they not understand a lesson, but they also feel proud and happy when they finish success. This emotion makes learning meaningful and more memorable. Through overcoming difficulties, people build confidence and develop problem-solving skill and skill that are useful in real life. Furthermore, mistakes are an important part of learning. When people make mistakes, they reflect on them and learn how to do better next time. The process helps them gain deeper understanding rather than simple feeding the correct answer. AI can provide information quickly, but it does not experience personal growth through learning. Therefore, the true flow of learning lies not only in achieving the right answer but also in the journey of thinking, strongly improving and growing as a person. This human experience is what makes learning meaningful and flourishing. Maybe enough from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you,
wabarakatuh.
Kiran. My name is C3BIR Salim. And today I would like to present my argument regarding this motion. I agree that learning is more than just getting things right. It is about thinking, making mistakes, and playing game. My first argument is that mistakes help people learn. When we make mistakes, we can understand what is wrong and improve ourselves. This process helps us gain knowledge and experience. For example, students often make mistakes when learning a new subject, but they become better after practicing. And my second argument is that human emotion make learning meaningful. People can feel happy and they success and frustrated when they fail. This emotion motivates us to keep trying. And AI does not have this feeling, so its learning process is different from human. In conclusion, I believe that learning is not only about getting correct answer, it is also about growth, experience, and emotion. Therefore, I strongly support this motion. Thank you.
Alright, that's good, brother. Well, 1 minute 22 seconds.
Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
My name is
wabarakatuh.
Muhammad Muzaffirullah, and I can hear as opposition side. When we agree the emotional and struggle are part of human learning, we believe that AI can still play a significant role in making the learning process more meaningful and effective. We argue that learning is not only about human emotion but also about gaining knowledge, solving problems, and improving skills. AI can support the goals. Provides fast access to info, personalized learning method, and unlimited opportunities to practice. Student can learn everything and anywhere without depending only on teacher. For example, many students use AI for application to understand difficult subject, practice foreign language, and receive instant feedback. This technology helps them learn more efficiently. Therefore, even though AI does not human feelings, it does not mean AI cannot contribute to a meaningful learning experience. Human emotion and AI technology can work together to improve education. This for my argumentation, and thank you, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. 1 minute 51 second.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Najib Ahmad Mulazam. Okay, my motion is this house believe that individual action are enough to solve the global health crisis. Okay. I'm from affirmative side. Okay. Individual action that multiplied across billions of people are powerful enough to create real large-scale change in solving the world's crisis. Big problems are often just the sum of small actions repeated by millions of people. The worst crisis itself was created this way. Every person contributing a small amount of trash every day adds up to massive global problem. If the problem was built from small individual action, then the solution can be built the same way, just in reverse. If 8 billion people each produce 0.5 kilogram of trash per day, that's 4 billion kilogram of waste daily. Now flip that. If each person simply reduce their waste by even 10% through small habits like refusing single-use plastic, bringing their own bottle, or sorting their trash, that hundreds of millions of kilograms reduced every single day. We've also seen this happen before. Reusable bags becoming common in many stores didn't start with a government law. It started with individual consumers choosing to bring their own bags, which eventually pushed stores and even government to follow. Okay. This shows that individual action isn't just a symbolic gesture, it's the starting point of a chain reaction. When enough individual act, habit become trend become social norms, and social norms eventually shape policy. That's why individual action are enough to spark real, lasting solution to the worst crisis. All for me.
Oke.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon. Today I want to talk about environmental problems and why we need to have our I believe with this mission because the earth really needs our help. Problems like pollution, deforestation, global warming, and climate change are getting worse every year. These problems hurt nature, but they also hurt us and our future. Many people think these problems are too big to solve, but I believe every small action can make a difference. Big change don't happen quickly, but they start with simple steps that many people do every day. One big problem is waste. Every day, people throw away a lot of garbage and trash like plastic bottles, food wrappers, paper, and the other are often not disposed properly. So much waste end up in landfills, in the river, and the oceans. This causes many issues like what makes the environment dirty, smells bad, attract animals that carry disease and harms nature. Plastic waste breaks down into tiny pieces called microplastic. Fish and other animals eat these tiny pieces and they can end up in our food. And scientists say microplastic might be bad for our health. The good news is we can do many things. We can use less plastic, spare our trash, recycle things that can be used again, and live in one more eco-friendly way. The idea of reduce, reuse, recycle should become something we do every day, not just a saying. As a Gen Z, we also have technology to help. We can use social media to teach others about environmental issues. We can encourage people to be more environmentally friendly and even create new ideas to manage waste. Technology should be used not just for fun, but to make the world better. In short, protecting the environment is everyone's job. We cannot fix everything at once, but every small action matters. If we work together and live more sustainably, we can create a healthier and better future for all of us. That's all for me. Thank you.
All right, 2 minutes for